Okay, so first thing is first with the base is the height. So essentially what you want the end pin to be out just high enough that when your student stands next to the base, about the top of their head, it should be where this top wooden piece right here is. This is called the nut, and it is right at the base of the scroll. So it should be about that top. This is a little bit taller for me, but because this has notches on the end pin, it's the closest notch I could get. Otherwise it'll be too short or too tall. So it's going to be a little bit taller for me. All your bases should have stools, but I think if I remember correctly, we didn't have that option. So if you can't get any stools that are about at standing height, I'm going to show you first how to hold a base standing. So the very first thing is we have these ribs back here. It should hit their hip, so it's this part of the hip but on the inside. And then the back leg is just behind the base. And so with that, you kind of want the base, essentially, it should be relaxed against you. And there is a way to, it will be kind of like at a bit of an angle, so that way the left hand can still have that nice curve of the wrist. This part is straight. And so you should be standing just a little bit like this. So it was a little to the side. And so that is how standing is gonna work. I didn't bring a bow in with me, but as you are bowing, their hands should be dropped all the way down. Their arms are completely straight. Their shoulders should be dropped forward as well as they're playing. And so they can, there is a little bit of a loud movement with the bass if they need to, but they shouldn't be moving it too much. So this is your basic standing position for basses. Make sure that they're not just behind it like this, but that again, the rib is tucked into that hip bone and their right knee is behind the base. If you do get stools, what you want them to do is you want them to sit with their left leg propped up, and then they just bring the base in just like that. So it's almost a similar idea where the back ribs are essentially just propped up against the knee, the inside of the knee, the inside of the leg. So I can just hold it like this and it doesn't drop. And this is really ideal because then their left hand doesn't have to work so hard to hold the instrument up. And the bass is slightly at an angle, as you can see. It's kind of angled this way. And yeah, and their right leg is just stabilization basically. And so everything else should be pretty accurate to what